What's up, YouTube? This is me, Asian Dave, aka Fanatical for Jesus, aka Dawg Way, aka David Chu. I'm just making this video real quick. My girlfriend actually gave me the idea to make this video, so I decided to talk about it. We're going to talk about the top 10 common ways people deal with their mental illness. Now, this list may not apply to every single person with mental illness, and or maybe just a few things apply to some people with mental illness. But like these are just some ideas I'm gonna put out there for someone who's struggling with mental illness that is looking for different ways to know how to cope with their mental illness. Um, the number one most important thing on my list that I put as number one as it's the most important thing that someone with mental illness can do to deal with their mental illness, and that is medication. Yes, that's the most important thing. It is also one of the most difficult things because um, it's really difficult for psychiatrists to figure out which medications to put on, like, to which medications to prescribe to someone. Like, it's really difficult for them. This is why it's so important that if you see a psychiatrist, that you be 100% open and honest with them, because that's the only way they're gonna be able to help you is if you're open and honest with them. Because they don't know, they only see you for maybe like 30 minutes out of once a month, so they don't know what's going on in your average everyday life. So the only way they'll know is if you tell them honestly what you're going through, what you're dealing with, and then they'll make the best educated guess on what medication to put you on based off of what you tell them. So I encourage anyone who struggles with mental illness to go and see a psychiatrist and then work with them and like tell them how the medication is making you feel, and tell them like what you like about the medication, what you don't like about the medication. Tell them if you have an idea for a different medication to try, you can tell that to them. You can say that to them too. Like, but regardless, work with your psychiatrists to get on the so they can help you, so they can figure out what's the right medication or combination of medication that you need to be on. Alright, so the second most important thing that I put on my list that people with mental illness should be all people with mental illness should be going through this, and that's therapy. Like, it's good to like be in a safe space and meet a licensed mental health professional at least once a week to just kind of talk things through and like process, like they'll help you process your emotions and process your thought patterns, and like they're an unbiased observer, and who can I feel like therapists can help you probably more than psychiatrists can, because psychiatrists, they're just there to prescribe you medication if you need medication, but a therapist will go more in depth into your life and to like help you like come up with some coping skills to deal with your mental health or your mental illness. Um, so yeah, don't neglect seeing a therapist if you struggle with mental illness. Therapy has been very beneficial in my life, and I know that if you go see a therapist, it'll be very beneficial in your life as well. Um, the third thing I call distraction tactics, and those things would include like playing video games, watching movies, music, TV shows, board games, etc. Like, just stuff to like get your mind off of whatever you're struggling with at the time, and get just help your mind to focus on something outside of yourself, like so you can be. I mean, distraction tactics, they're good temporarily, but like they should never turn into something that you absolutely make your whole life depend on. Like, it's good. It's distraction tactics are good like for like a in the moment kind of thing, but like you shouldn't fully rely on distraction tactics. There's other things you can do that are more beneficial than distraction tactics, like therapy. Like, I mean, if distraction tactics are becoming a way for you to avoid facing your issues, then it's become an unhealthy coping skill, and like you need to like stop doing that. But yeah, the fourth thing I put down was take a shower. Like, and it might sound kind of, kind of like a dull moment. Like, yeah, of course, people need to take showers. But like, when you're depressed and you're just like really depressed, it's really difficult to even get up out of bed to even take a shower. Like when you're really depressed, like it's just like taking a shower is a huge accomplishment when you're depressed. So like I would say, if you're depressed, I mean, as hard as it is, you just gotta force yourself to get up out of bed and take that shower. And congratulate yourself for at least accomplishing that much. Because I know there's certain days where like I don't even want to like take a shower. I don't even want to get out of bed, and like I have to force myself to get out of bed and go take a shower. And like, but I mean, I so I understand like it is difficult. It is really difficult to just do even the basic tasks. Like so, like there's times where like it's really difficult for me to even get up out of bed to go brush my teeth. It's really difficult. Like, and I understand that, but you gotta just force yourself. You gotta like push yourself out of bed. I mean, if you have a significant other, like maybe they can help you get out of bed and like help you like go to the bathroom. Not literally help you go to the bathroom, but maybe like encourage you to go to the bathroom. And then when you do accomplish those basic tasks, they can congratulate you for that. And then like it's really difficult when you're feeling really depressed to eat. I know that like for those of you who don't struggle with mental illness, that this might sound kind of stupid, but for those of us who struggle with mental illness, it is very difficult when we get really depressed. It is very difficult for us to perform even the most basic of tasks. Like it just is. It's really difficult. Like I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. Like if you have mental illness, then you know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who don't have mental illness, you probably think I sound really crazy right now. But it's the truth. Like I wish more people without mental illnesses would take the time to understand those of us who do struggle with mental illness, because then maybe they wouldn't judge us so much. They wouldn't. If they actually took the time to actually understand us, then maybe they wouldn't be too quick to judge us, or they wouldn't be like maybe the stigma will go away if people would actually listen to us and listen to what we go through on a day-to-day basis. But yeah, I got off on a tangent. Back to the topic. So number five thing I put was talk to a trusted friend or significant other. Like, I mean, it's important to have people who are close to you involved in your mental health treatment, because I mean, no one wants to be alone. So like, when you have a friend, or if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, fiance or husband or whatever, when someone is close to you, actually cares about you, and you know you can turn to them whenever you're struggling with certain things in your mind, like, and they won't judge you. That's an immense help. Like it really is. Like it's just it's tremendous when we actually have someone in our life, or a couple people in our life, who we could turn to when we're really struggling with like mania, depression, anxiety, PTSD, panic attacks, or whatever. Like it's really great when we have someone or some people we can turn to that understand us and that can help us, that can be there for us, even if they don't understand us, like, but they at least make themselves available to us when we're struggling through things. Like that's just amazing. Like I know I'm fortunate enough to have some people in my life who care about me, who love me, who I mean I have my girlfriend, and like I love her to death, and like I know she's always there for me when I'm struggling, and I have certain other friends who are also there for me when I'm struggling and I need someone to talk to. So like it's always great to have those people in your life. I truly um I feel bad for those people who have to suffer with mental illness alone, who have nobody, and I understand why a lot of them end up committing suicide because mental illness is really hard to deal with, especially if you think, especially if you don't have anyone that's there for you and that will take the time to get like understand you. Like it's really difficult to um manage it on your own. Like it's I'm like like I don't know like it's also I'm not surprised when I hear people that are in that position actually end up killing themselves, and it's sad, it's tragic, but this is why I do what I do. This is why I get on YouTube and I talk about my struggle with mental illness. Because I want other people out there who struggle with mental illness to see my videos and see that there's someone else out there who understands what they're going through. Because I go through the same thing myself. And it's just like I just want them to know that they're not alone. That there are people out there who understand them. So and if that prevents someone from actually committing suicide, then I feel like I've accomplished what I set out to do. Like that's just the honest to God truth. If I can help one person who struggles with mental illness not kill themselves, then I say I accomplished my purpose. Like that's how I feel about it. All right, the sixth thing I put down was prayer, and yes, you know I'm a Christian. You all know I'm a Christian. And I do believe in the power of prayer. I believe that God. I mean, it says in the Bible, "Cast your cares upon the Lord, for He cares for you." And so, like, I'm not saying that your prayer will change God's will, but God also knows. He knows us better than we know ourselves, and He knows what's best for us. But we pray to Him because He's our Father, and like we pray to Him and let Him know what our concerns are, and He takes care of us. So like I really strongly suggest prayer as one of the most important things you can do, like for your mental health, your mental illness. Like you pray to God. He won't heal you of your mental illness, but He will take care of you and take care of your needs. Like well, like He won't miraculously heal you. God works through ordinary means. So like God will help you find the right psychiatrist. God will help you get on the right medication. And just like He does for people with diabetes, God provides them with the insulin that they need through the doctors who prescribe the insulin. So like, yeah, God works through ordinary means. The seventh thing I wrote down was going for a walk. Yeah, I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm in a really bad mood, if I go for a walk and get a change of scenery, the like the well, yeah, I get a change of scenery, like my mood gets lifted, and I go from being depressed to being kind of happy, like the change of scenery, just going for a walk, getting fresh air, that helps a lot with mental illness. Like it helps alleviate the symptoms. Like I can't stress the importance of going for a simple walk. Just even if you just walk around your block, like walk around your neighborhood, like it's very beneficial. The other one, the number 8 thing I wrote was attend a support group. Now, before I started attending groups, I was kind of scared too, because I wasn't sure what people would think of me and stuff like that. But after going to a few groups and being around other people who are just like me, Like it helps me a lot. It makes me know that I'm not alone. There are people who understand what I'm going through. And I really enjoy these groups. Like I don't go to them as often as I would like to, but I do enjoy the groups. Like they really do. Like they're 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 really great. Like and they're beneficial um to like it's beneficial to your mental health to attend a support group. I mean, there's bipolar support groups, there's schizophrenic support groups, there's social anxiety support groups. There's all different kinds of support groups for any kind of mental illness that you have. And I would highly suggest you, if you're not involved in a support group, I highly suggest you get involved in a support group. Um, the ninth thing I wrote was exercise. I know a lot of you understand this already, but exercise has been proven to have a positive impact on mental illness, like or your mental health overall. I'm not saying exercise will get rid of your mental illness, but it will have a positive impact on your overall mental health. Like I don't exercise as much as I would like to exercise, but I do a little bit of exercises every now and then. But I think like exercising is another important factor when you I mean, when you get angry, when you get pissed off, just drop down and do some push ups or do some sit ups or something or go to the gym, to let out your anger at the gym. I mean, if you're depressed, do some exercises because it has been proven that exercising does release endorphins in your brain, and endorphins are like the feel good um, cells that make you feel good after you exercise. So um, yeah, just do some exercise. It doesn't have to be like a rigorous workout routine, but do like 10 push-ups a day or something, or every other day. Like yeah, it'll be very beneficial for you if you actually do some exercises. Um, and finally, the 10th thing, I actually like this one like a lot. Like it's make a daily list of 5 new things you love about yourself. Now, I got this idea from a therapist I had back when I was in juvenile detention. He told me to write 5 new things that I love about myself every day. Like stick to it. Write 5 different new things every day that you love about yourself. And it like at first it's really difficult, especially when you struggle with a lot of self-esteem issues. It's really difficult to come up with 5 things every single day. And then after about a month though, you start noticing that your self-esteem is changing. It's rising up. Like it's remarkable. Like if you just stick to it and write 5 new things every single day that you love about yourself, like it is absolutely it's phenomenal. Like it sounds so simple and easy, and that it's almost you might even think that it's stupid, but it actually does work. Like I told this to other people who I know who struggle with self-esteem issues, and they've done it and stuck to it, and they've even told me that it helped them. Like, so just stick to it, and you'll notice that there'll be a change. I guarantee it. Anyways, so that's my top 10 common things that people do to deal with mental illness. I hope you enjoy this list. If you have any other ideas about something that people do to help, or if you have any other ideas of common things that people do to help cope with their mental illness, please post them in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to rate and subscribe. Deuces.